Guys, welcome to the new video. So in today's videos I am explaining how a JSP project work and how you can make a JSP project. So this is a blood bank management project and we have made some files in a JSP and some files in HTML CSS, and using this front end we just set the data in a backend also. I'm just explaining this project step by step how you can make this project, because this is not an advanced level project. This is just an understanding project so that you can make, if you are interested to make, or if you are interested to develop any GSP project in for your college project or for your company project, company purpose. So I just explained all these files, how these are connected, how these are interconnect with each other, and how the data are sent into the backend. Like, this is our front end, and after that, when these data are filled in the front end, it's sent to the backend. We have used MySQL for the database. And just a moment. And all these data from the front end are sent into the backend. We have used MySQL connector that connect with the database. So I just explained how it is starting and how the data are sent into the back end. So just starting from the index.html file. In this file we have made a just simple HTML page, like an home page, from where our project are going to start. So these just login files, if I run this project, and then it is easy to understand how this file looks like and what are exactly this file going to do. So I have started this project, and after that, starting the project, it automatically start your Tomcat server. Here it is the database of this project, and this is the front end of this project. So in index.html file, we have made this index.html file. We have just login, username and password, and login or registration, or we have made a registration page also. So first I have made this login page, like a simple HTML page. What exactly it do? When I fill the details of login page, it send to this file login.jsp. After filling the details in the front end, like if I enter the name admin and the password name admin. So as soon as I click on the login button, it navigate to the main page. If we are entering with a valid credentials, and these data are also available in our database. Admin username and password is admin. So like, as I fill these details, it navigate to the login.jsp page. If I open the login.jsp page, okay, this is a sign up page, this is a login.jsp page. Okay, now after that, the details we have filled on the HTML page, it will fetch from the HTML and set to the username and password. So like, these username and password now set to these variables, string variables, username and password. Now we will now here we are connected with the database, username, password, and the connector. Now after that, we made a connection with the database. Here these are the connections files that we have made with the database. We have add a query, select star from login detail where username and password. So what basically this query do, it will go to the backend, and this query will run, and this fetch the data from the backend, like username and password. That username password comes to here in this, then we will, what we will do, we will compare these username from the front end and the compare the username from the back end. Here we are comparing the username, and if we got the some data, then it will navigate to menu.html. if the if data is not found in a backend, then it will print failed login, please try again, and some exceptional here. So this is the front end for the login. Now I just explain the other files of this project, like how you can connect with the database. These 4 and 5 lines are compulsory for connecting any database. First is string, first is an URL for your database, then the username and then the password name and the connector. These 4 are must. We always need these 4. The path of the your database, username, password and the connector. And for the connector, you also need to add a jar file for the connecting this database, that we need to add inside your web dot web app folder, inside that folder. So now I just explain these connectivity, how you can connect, and yeah, how you can set the database. These for setup the database, you need these four files, and if you already have, then you need to change this password. Whatever password you have set for your database, then you need to add that password. Currently I am not using any password, so I don't use any password here. The username, I use username root, so I use username root also. Now if you want to make this file, or if you want to make this project for your learning, then you can start from basic. Like first what you need to do, just make an simple page, login page. Then these login page details are sent into a JSP page, where we have used the Java codes, like these username and password are sent into here. These fetch the details from here, and after that we will set these username password with the variable, and after that we will connect with the database, like using the root, password and the connector. And after that connecting, we will use a relevant queries, so that we can fetch the data from database. Now what exactly we are doing here, we are fetching two datas, like from front end and from backend, and then we are comparing these two datas, like credentials, these two credentials. And after that, if these two credentials are compare or matched, then after comparing, we navigate to our page, or where we want to navigate, we can navigate after I successfully compare these two credentials. So this is the front end, how you can connect these things. So now I will explain this complete project, how it's run. After running this project, it will open. Now as I am an admin, I have four options: for donor, for receiver, for doctor and for inventory. Mostly I am not using CSS in some files, so might be it looks some weird, so just ignore that. Like in doctor in donor HTML file, I don't use any CSS, so just ignore the looks of that. If you are interested, you can add according to your requirements. So I just add a new donor, donor 1. Currently we have only 3 donors, so I am going to add a new donor, donor 1. The gender is male and the address is India. The date, I am adding a date 15. The contact number is this, the blood group, and then submit. So as I have added here, okay, some file is missing. Okay, I just going to delete these files, then I'm going to check again, might be some error. Okay, just receiver, I just going to add a receiver, mail, address, and then the password. We have to select the doctor and then blood ID. Okay, currently we don't have any donor, as I have deleted all the donors, so I have to add that donor first. As donor is null, so I have to add the donor first. Now I'm just going to add a new donor. Okay, now I have added a donor. So the donor is this. If I navigate to the database, it will display a one data with a donor ID this. Okay, now I add a new receiver where I will got the address. I'm just adding this. Okay, now doctor name and the ID. Here these three things are automatically added. These two. This is coming from the doctor panel and this is coming from the donor panel from the database. You can add these automatically. How it is coming, we can check inside the JSP page receiver. After that, so now we have added this donor file, and here we can add the doctor also. If I want to add any doctor, we can add this doctor also, and these data are stored into the database. So all these files are connected with the front end and back end, and completely I have explained this flow of this project, and also explain how these front end codes are connected with the back end, how data are going to the back end. So if you are interested and if you are new into the JSP or learning Java, so you can make this project step by steps, like just first make an login page and then make any donor page, or just make any. If you want the code of this project, then you need to check the description of this video. I will also provide the code, but not fully, because if I provide the complete code, then you are not working on that. You just copy paste that code. So you need to make this project by at your end. If you are not interested to make this project at your end, then you can buy this code. Okay, so thank you for watching.